Hi everybody, my name's Steven. As part of Freshbooks' efforts to support you and create an extraordinary experience, we've developed a series of videos to help ease the transition between FreshBooks Classic and new FreshBooks. Today, I'm here to talk to you briefly about what has changed when you look at your reporting, your bank connections, and your transaction categorization. First off, the reports. Now, historically, Classic offered a wide range of reports to help you keep track of your business health, but it was missing the deep dive financial reports that let you see its true value, what your assets look like, what liabilities do you owe, how much equity are you carrying, and what is the real day-to-day movement in all areas of your business financial accounts. Now, on new FreshBooks, that gap has been filled. Beyond the suite of reports that you're accustomed to, like the invoice details report, or item sales, or the accounts aging summary, you will now see the following documents: the balance sheet, the trial balance, the general ledger, and a whole chart of accounts, which you can see if you go to the Accounting tab over here. Now, all of these reports, much like the other reports, offer a wide range of filtering options that enable you to drill down as needed or make comparisons with earlier periods. To make note of a particular improvement, the balance sheet in FreshBooks Classic was very much built from scratch. You or your accountant would have to do it every year. Now, we've switched it up on new FreshBooks, and it just runs on its own according to the date or date for comparison that you specify. You can choose a custom date, you can pick today, you can pick last month, or you can pick last quarter. Now, you might also see here that we've introduced the ability to set a fiscal year, which is very, very useful. Now, you can do that by going to your settings menu, which is accessible at the top left of your account by clicking the gear icon. We go to the company profile, and from there, you will see fiscal year end. You'll pick a month, you'll pick a day, and then from then on, all of your filters will include this as a filtration option. Now, let's talk about bank connections. FreshBooks Classic offered the ability to connect your bank or your credit card, but the feature was limited by two issues: the technological capability of our bank import partner and the actual functionality of FreshBooks Classic as a whole. As a result, Classic could only import expenses and could only do so once a day in the morning. Now, on new FreshBooks, we can do more. Our partners on the new platform can import expenses, but they can refresh more than once a day. So depending on the posting speed of your bank or your credit card, you'll be able to see your transactions sooner. If you want to set up a bank connection or review it, you can do so from the settings menu and clicking bank connections. Expenses will filter into the expenses tab as before, and our partners will auto-categorize the expenses based on either the information from your bank or the settings you've applied to your account. For example, this expense from Canadian Tire, I've designated to apply to future expenses as supplies. So each time I get an expense from Canadian Tire, it should import as supplies every single time. Now, speaking of being able to do more on new FreshBooks, our bank reconciliation feature is where you can now keep track of your income, as well as the expenses from your bank. So, in the Accounting tab, you'll see the bank reconciliation section. You just need to set an opening date and an opening balance, and then you'll be able to go in and start marking or matching things as appropriate. I have a disconnected connection here, but the bank reconciliation is still functional, so we're going to go take a look. Going to click left to match, skip the auto matches for now, and then we will be in the bank reconciliation portal. On the left side, you will see the bank transactions. On the right side, you will see the FreshBooks transactions. All you have to do is match them up. So for example, this expense from Enterprise Canada on August 11th can be matched up with its counterpart on the right side of FreshBooks. You'll see the numbers match. We can hit match, and this expense will be reconciled into our books. Similarly, a positive amount can be matched with the FreshBooks counterpart. So if I had an income transaction that was $124, I could match it up on FreshBooks, and that would also end up in our bank as well. Now, do you remember those pesky credit card payments and bank transfers that had to be considered expenses? Or capital infusions and withdrawals that don't really qualify as income or expenses? Or expense refunds that had to masquerade as expenses or as income? You can consider those as things of the past. Bank reconciliation now offers you the ability to mark transactions accordingly. So for example, I have this positive transaction, and I could mark it as a transfer between bank accounts, I could mark it as owner's equity, or I can mark it as an expense refund. And you will see the change in your bank and in your general ledger. Now, regardless of whether you're marking or matching things up, this process ensures that there is a specific account in your chart of accounts and your general ledger where everything will go, as opposed to clearing through the petty cash account. So if we go into our accounting tab and we open up our chart of accounts, we will see all of the activity under here under credit cards for our Scene Visa card, making it nice, neat, and tidy, and most of all, accurate. And that's all the new stuff for the accounting side of FreshBooks. If you'd like to learn more about how things have changed when it comes to invoicing, accepting payments, managing your clients, or tracking your time, please be sure to check out the other videos in this series. Thank you for your time today, and I hope your experience with new FreshBooks is nothing less than extraordinary. Stay fresh,